Have you ever paused for a moment and wondered about the deeper meaning behind the simple habits we inherit? Some traditions seem small, placing salt in shoes, choosing to sleep on a particular side, waking up at odd hours. But in Buddhism, even the simplest acts can hold profound wisdom. Life is a journey, and along the way we pick up practices, beliefs, and routines that shape our days. But how often do we stop to ask, why do we do these things? More importantly, what wisdom do they carry? Across the serene landscapes of Buddhist monasteries, monks have long observed the hidden connections between daily habits and spiritual well-being. From the way they walk to the way they sleep, every gesture becomes a part of their journey toward enlightenment. And perhaps these lessons can help us find more peace in our own lives as well. Imagine stepping into an ancient monastery, nestled deep in the mountains of Japan. The air is crisp, filled with the scent of incense and the gentle rustling of bamboo leaves. Within these sacred walls, monks like Master Makoto, Shinzo, and Karo have dedicated their lives to understanding not just the mind, but also the body and spirit. Their wisdom, passed down through generations, teaches that even the smallest habits, like placing salt in your shoes, can hold spiritual significance. In this journey together, we will explore 5 fascinating Buddhist traditions that may change the way you look at everyday life. Why do Buddhist monks place salt in their shoes? Is it merely an old superstition, or does it carry a deeper meaning about purification, energy, and protection? Why do many monks sleep on their left side? Could this simple habit hold the key to better health and spiritual balance? What does it mean to wake up at 3 to 5 a.m.? Is it just a biological quirk? Or could it be a call from the universe, urging you towards self-reflection? Why do Buddhist teachings caution against helping others who have not asked for it? Can too much kindness interfere with another person's karma? What happens to the soul while we sleep? Do dreams hold messages from our higher self, guiding us toward awakening? Through these Zen stories, we will not only uncover the teachings of Buddhism, but also reflect on how they can be applied to our modern lives. Whether you are seeking peace, wisdom, or simply a new perspective, these stories will invite you to see the sacred in the ordinary, the profound in the everyday. So, as you read on, take a deep breath. Let go of distractions. Open your heart to these teachings and allow them to resonate with your own journey. And if these lessons bring you clarity or inspiration, consider supporting this journey of wisdom. Subscribe to our channel, share these stories with others, and let's continue to walk this path of mindfulness together. Every act of sharing, every moment of reflection, brings us all closer to enlightenment. The mystery of salt in shoes. A Zen story. In the heart of a quiet valley, nestled between mist-covered mountains, stood an ancient Buddhist monastery. It was a place where seekers of wisdom came to find peace, and where the elderly Master Makoto imparted teachings passed down through generations. One autumn morning, as golden sunlight filtered through the maple trees, Master Makoto called his disciples to the monastery's courtyard. With his usual serene expression, he lifted a small pouch of salt and held it before them. "Today," he said, "we will speak of a practice as old as the mountains, yet often overlooked, placing salt in one's shoes." The disciples listened intently, intrigued by this seemingly simple custom. "Why do we do this, Master?" one of them asked. Master Makoto smiled. "Salt has the power to absorb moisture, just as the Buddha absorbed the suffering of the world. When we put salt in our shoes, it serves as a reminder to release our burdens, to walk lightly despite the worries that weigh upon us. Life's troubles, like water, can make our steps heavy. But by letting go, by allowing salt to carry that burden for us, we find ease in our journey." The disciples nodded in understanding, reflecting on the difficulties they carried in their own lives, he continued. Salt is also a symbol of purity and protection. In ancient times, travelers carried salt to cleanse the energy of the paths they walked. When we place salt in our shoes, we are creating a sacred space, a boundary that shields us from negativity. A gentle breeze rustled through the trees as Master Makoto's voice filled the courtyard. Balance is another lesson salt teaches us. Just as mountains stand firm against storms, we too must remain steady amidst life's challenges. Salt in our shoes reminds us to be grounded, to walk our path with determination. One of the younger monks, who had often struggled with doubt, found comfort in this lesson. He made a silent vow to walk with more confidence from that day forward. Master Makoto then spoke of healing. In Eastern medicine, salt is known for its ability to restore energy and soothe pain. When we walk with salt in our shoes, we acknowledge the need to heal, not just physically, but also emotionally and spiritually. Every step becomes a reminder that healing is a journey. Several monks exchanged knowing glances. They had felt this subtle comfort in their own steps, but had never understood why until now. Master Makoto's voice softened. Finally, salt is a gift from the earth. It reminds us to be grateful for the nourishment we receive, not only for our bodies, but for our spirits as well. Each grain of salt in your shoe is a silent expression of gratitude for the lessons, hardships, and joys that shape us. The courtyard fell silent as the disciples absorbed his words. What once seemed like a simple act now held profound meaning. Master Makoto's eyes met theirs. Placing salt in your shoes is not merely a habit. It is a connection to those who walked before us, a continuation of wisdom passed down through time. Each step you take is part of a greater journey. As you read these teachings, consider how they apply to your own path. Are you carrying burdens that you need to release? Could a small ritual, like placing salt in your shoes, help remind you of balance, healing, and gratitude? Take a moment to reflect. And if these teachings resonate with you, we invite you to join our journey, subscribe to our channel, share these lessons with others, and let's walk the path of wisdom together. The sleeping posture of monks, a secret to health and spiritual well-being. In the quiet sanctuaries of Buddhist monasteries, where the mind and body are trained to move in harmony, even the simplest of habits hold profound wisdom. One such practice, often overlooked by the outside world, is the way Buddhist monks sleep. It is not merely about resting the body, but about aligning oneself with the rhythms of nature, health, and spiritual balance. Master Shinzo, an elder monk revered for his deep understanding of the connection between the body and the spirit, often spoke to his disciples about the importance of sleeping on the left side. On a cool evening, beneath the soft glow of paper lanterns swaying in the wind, he gathered his students in the meditation hall to share this teaching. The way we rest, he began, affects not only the body but the mind and spirit as well. Have you ever noticed how a restless night can leave you feeling unsettled, disconnected from the present moment? The position in which we sleep can bring either harmony or imbalance to our being. The disciples, intrigued, leaned in as he continued. Sleeping on the left side is a practice long embraced in Eastern traditions, not out of superstition, but out of deep understanding of how our bodies function. Our heart, our digestion, and even our spiritual energy flow more freely when we align ourselves in this way. One of the younger monks, filled with curiosity, asked, "Master, why is the left side so significant?" With a gentle smile, Master Shinzo explained, "Our heart is positioned slightly to the left, and when we rest on this side, it allows for better circulation. Blood flows with greater ease, reducing strain on the heart. This simple act can promote longevity and vitality, much like the still waters of a peaceful stream compared to the turbulence of a rushing river." He paused for a moment, allowing the disciples to absorb the lesson before moving on. Beyond the heart, our digestive system also benefits. Have you ever felt discomfort after eating a heavy meal and lying down? The stomach and pancreas sit naturally in a way that favors digestion when we sleep on the left. This allows the body to process nourishment more efficiently, ensuring we wake with clarity rather than heaviness. Another disciple raised his hand hesitantly. Master, does this practice have a deeper spiritual meaning as well? Master Shinzo nodded. Indeed. Just as the physical body aligns itself for better health, so too does the spirit. Energy in the body flows in channels, much like rivers carving paths through the mountains. Sleeping on the left side helps balance these energies, preventing blockages that can disrupt our inner peace. In Buddhist teachings, the left side is associated with the path of wisdom and compassion, reminding us to cultivate these virtues even in our sleep. A hush settled over the hall as the monks reflected on the deeper implications of something as simple as the way they rested. To sleep was no longer just an unconscious act, but a continuation of their spiritual practice. Master Shinzo concluded his teaching with a story. Many years ago, there was a wandering monk who struggled with restlessness. No matter how diligently he meditated, his mind was always clouded by fatigue. One evening, he met an elder who advised him, "Align your body, and your mind will follow." From that night on, he began to sleep on his left side, and soon he found his mind clearer, his heart lighter, and his spirit at peace. He then looked upon his students and said, "May you too find balance in this simple, yet powerful practice. Even in sleep, we can walk the path of mindfulness." As you reflect on this teaching, consider how you rest each night. Does your body align with the natural rhythms of life, or does it struggle against them? Sometimes, small changes lead to great transformations. If these teachings resonate with you, we invite you to continue exploring the wisdom of Buddhism. Subscribe to our channel, share these insights with others, and together, let us walk the path of awareness and harmony. The hidden meaning of waking up. Between 3-5 a.m. The hush of the early morning, when the world is still cloaked in darkness and silence, many find themselves stirring awake between the hours of 3 and 5 a.m. While some may dismiss it as a random sleep disturbance, others sense a deeper significance in these nocturnal awakenings. Could it be that this sacred hour holds a message for those who listen? Master Karo, an elder monk known for his wisdom, often spoke about the spiritual significance of waking at this time. One evening, as the monks gathered in the meditation hall, a disciple raised a thoughtful question. "Master, I often wake up between these hours, feeling restless, yet aware. Is there a reason for this?" Master Karo nodded knowingly. "Yes, my child. The early morning hours are not just another phase of sleep. They are an invitation from the universe. When you wake between 3 and 5 a.m., it is a time when your spirit is most open to receiving guidance. In traditional Buddhist teachings, this is known as the hour of awakening. The mind is clear, and the distractions of daily life have not yet clouded your awareness." The monks listened intently as Master Karo continued. According to Eastern medicine, these hours are connected to the lungs, the organ that governs breath and emotional release. If you wake during this time, it may be that your soul is seeking to let go of grief, burdens, or unprocessed emotions. Your breath is a bridge between the physical and spiritual, and in these sacred hours, you are being called to reflect. A young monk hesitated before asking, "Master, what should we do if we wake at this time? Should we try to sleep again?" Master Karo smiled gently. "Rather than resist, embrace it. Use this time to meditate, to breathe deeply, and to listen. Ask yourself, what is stirring in your heart? Sometimes this is when messages from the subconscious mind or even higher realms make themselves known. Instead of fearing the stillness, welcome it. He then shared the story of an old scholar who, for years, woke at precisely 3:30 a.m. Initially frustrated, the scholar sought answers and soon discovered that his greatest moments of inspiration arose in these early hours. He began using the time for silent contemplation, and soon his writings reflected newfound wisdom and clarity. The universe, Master Caro explained, was not disrupting his rest. It was offering him a gift. One of the elder monks spoke up. Master, could it also be that our ancestors or spiritual guides are trying to communicate with us at this time? Master. Caro nodded. Yes, many believe that the veil between worlds is thinnest during these hours. Those who have walked before us, our ancestors, our teachers, and even divine beings may be reaching out. If you wake and feel a presence, do not be afraid. Instead, be open. A simple prayer, a moment of gratitude, or quiet reflection can strengthen this connection. As the disciples absorbed his words, another monk asked, "But what if someone wakes up feeling anxious or unsettled?" Master Caro's gaze softened. Then that too is a message. Anxiety in these hours often means there is something unresolved within you. Perhaps a decision left unmade, a truth left unspoken, or a lesson unlearned. Rather than pushing it away, acknowledge it. Sit with it, and in the silence, clarity will come. A hush fell over the hall as each disciple reflected on their own experiences. No longer would they see these early awakenings as disturbances. Instead, they would embrace them as moments of profound connection to the self and the unseen world. Master Caro ended the lesson with a final thought. The next time you wake between 3 and 5 a.m., do not simply roll over and try to return to sleep. Instead, see it as a gift. Sit in the stillness, breathe with awareness, and listen. The answers you seek may be waiting in the quiet. If you have experienced waking at these hours and found meaning in this teaching, consider sharing your reflections with us. And if you wish to continue exploring these spiritual insights, subscribe to our channel and join us on this journey of awakening. Let us walk this path together, with awareness and wisdom. Helping without being asked, the karma of unsolicited aid. In the heart of a quiet monastery, nestled among the ancient trees and rolling hills, Master Noro gathered his disciples under the soft glow of lanterns. They had come to him seeking wisdom, their hearts filled with questions about compassion, duty, and the nature of help. One evening, a young monk approached the master with concern in his eyes. "Master," he said, "I have always believed that to help others is an act of kindness. But recently, I have tried to assist a friend who was struggling, and instead of gratitude, he grew distant. Did I do something wrong?" Master Noro smiled gently. "Your heart is kind, but let me tell you a story." He gestured for the monks to gather close, and in the stillness of the night he began. "There was once a man who saw a butterfly struggling to emerge from its cocoon. Moved by compassion, he carefully opened the cocoon to free the creature. But when the butterfly emerged, its wings were weak and crumpled, unable to fly. What the man did not realize was that the struggle was necessary. Without it, the butterfly could never strengthen its wings and take flight." The young monk bowed, his head contemplating the meaning of the tale. "When we rush to help without being asked," Master Noro continued, "we may unintentionally rob others of the lessons they need to grow. Each soul carries its own karma, its own struggles that shape its journey. To interfere without invitation can disrupt the delicate balance of learning and self-discovery." Another disciple, thoughtful and curious, asked, "But Master, how do we know when to help and when to hold back?" Master Noro nodded. "Observe. Listen. If someone truly needs guidance, they will seek it. A tree does not beg the rain to fall. The clouds release their water when the time is right. Likewise, we must be mindful of when our aid is truly beneficial. A silence settled over the group as each disciple reflected on their own actions. Then, with a warm smile, the master offered a final thought. If you wish to help, start by being present. Be a beacon of kindness, a steady hand when requested, but never impose. True compassion respects the path of another. Seeing that his students were deep in thought, Master Noro added, it is also important to remember that sometimes offering help too soon may delay a person's growth. Struggles refine us, like fire tempers steel. When we give someone the opportunity to find their own strength, we are truly helping them in the best way possible. A disciple then asked, Master, but what if someone is suffering and does not ask for help because of pride or fear? Master Noro sighed softly. In such cases, we must show kindness through our presence and understanding. Extend an open hand, but do not force it upon them. Be a quiet source of support, so when they are ready they know where to turn. The monks pondered these words deeply, recognizing that true compassion was not about saving others from struggle, but allowing them the space to rise on their own. That night, as the monks returned to their quarters, they carried with them a newfound understanding. Helping others was not merely about action, but about wisdom, knowing when to step forward and when to allow someone the space to grow on their own. If this lesson speaks to you, reflect on the ways you offer assistance in your own life. Are you giving from a place of true understanding, or are you intervening where growth is needed? If these teachings resonate with you, we invite you to continue exploring wisdom with us. Subscribe to our channel, share these insights with others, and let's walk the path of mindfulness together.